Morning. A world without money. You wake up and reach for your phone. Your balance is empty. Not low. Empty. You refresh the app. Nothing changes. You get dressed, go outside, stop for coffee. The terminal doesn't respond. You try another card. Then cash. The barista just looks at you. On the way to work, gas stations are stalled. People stand by their cars, arguing, checking phones, calling banks. At the grocery store, carts are full, but no one is paying. Not because they don't want to, because they can't. At first, it feels like a technical failure, a glitch that will be fixed in minutes. But minutes turn into silence. Conversations change, voices lower, eyes move differently. Something invisible has disappeared. And with it, the rules everyone depended on. And now a question for you. What would be the first thing you'd do if money vanished tomorrow? Write in the comments what you would try to get first when money becomes worthless. Chaos on the streets. The lines start forming early. Supermarkets fill faster than usual, but nothing moves. People argue at the doors, hands on carts, voices rising. At gas stations, drivers abandon their cars in the lanes. No payments, no rules. Someone tries to take fuel by force. Someone else follows. Stores begin to close. Metal shutters come down. Too late. Police arrive, but order feels fragile. There are too many people, too many questions, no answers. Authority works only when everyone agrees to believe in it. By afternoon, something changes. Money is gone, but exchange returns. A man offers an old bike for bread, a phone charger for bottled water. Skills suddenly matter more than numbers on a screen. Negotiations happen on sidewalks. Small groups form. New voices grow louder, not elected, not appointed, just noticed. When systems collapse, power doesn't disappear. It changes hands. Economic collapse. By the second day, the system stops pretending. Major corporations freeze, payrolls fail, employees are told to wait, without knowing for how long. Suppliers refuse to move goods without payment. Factories go silent. Assembly lines stop mid-process, as if time itself paused. A world built on money suddenly has no language to operate. Not because resources are gone, but because permission is missing. Newsrooms work non-stop. Headlines change by the hour. Newspapers, radio, and online feeds repeat the same questions. Who is responsible? Is this a collapse or a reset? How do you survive in a world without money? Experts argue. Governments issue statements without solutions. Screens are full of words, but nothing moves. Because when the symbol disappears, everything that depended on it freezes. And no one knows what comes next. Human adaptation. People begin to change. Slowly at first, then inevitably. Money no longer matters, so they start exchanging resources directly. Food for fuel, tools for water, skills for shelter. Small farms and local production suddenly gain importance. A loaf of bread can mean more than a bank account ever did. But value becomes subjective, negotiable, personal, situational. Creative minds rise. Some trade stones. Others offer rare objects. If networks survive, digital codes become a form of currency. Communities reorganize around necessity. Barter replaces bills. Trust replaces contracts. Human adaptation isn't fast, but it is relentless. Where money fails, ingenuity thrives. Social conflicts. Barter brings not only survival, but tension. Those with valuable skills or scarce resources gain influence. Power shifts to those who can produce, repair, or protect. Urban areas fracture. Some communities thrive on self-sufficiency. Others depend entirely on the generosity or mercy of neighbors. New rules emerge, informal but rigid. Street laws are written in whispers and enforced by necessity. Break them, and chaos follows immediately. Trust becomes currency alongside goods. Alliances form quickly, dissolve just as fast. In a world without money, social power is raw, visible, and unavoidable. The old systems are gone, and the new ones are written by survival itself. Survival and new rules. Survival becomes a skill, a game with high stakes. The ability to negotiate, trade skills, and manage scarce resources is worth more than gold ever was. Power no longer lies in wealth, but in organization. Those who can coordinate people, protect communities, and allocate essentials rise naturally to leadership. Empty banks and abandoned offices stand as monuments to a world that no longer exists. Their walls hold nothing but memories and faded symbols of authority. Rules are no longer written on paper. They are lived, enforced, and negotiated daily. In this new reality, adaptability is currency, and foresight is power. Global consequences. World trade grinds to a halt. Planes remain grounded. Ports shut down. The networks that once connected nations collapse almost overnight. International relations are rewritten. Countries and communities with resources gain influence. Those who relied on currency alone find themselves powerless. People begin to realize the truth. Money was never the source of value. It was only a tool, a symbol. Real value has always been tangible. Skills, food, water, shelter, and the ability to sustain life. Borders shift not because of armies, but because of who can feed, protect, and provide. The planet reminds humanity that survival depends on substance, not symbols. A new civilization. A month passes. Humanity learns to live without money, slowly discovering what truly matters. New currencies emerge. Barter, skills, objects of value, even digital codes if networks survive. New rules form naturally, built on necessity, trust, and survival. The world becomes local. Small communities manage their own food, water, and resources. Collective protection replaces old policing systems. Some people adapt and thrive, profiting from the new order. Others struggle, losing everything they once relied on. Civilization survives, but it is reshaped. The old hierarchies vanish. A new world grows from the remnants of the old, defined not by money, but by resourcefulness, cooperation, and resilience. Conclusion and retention. Hook. What did we lose? What did we gain? Money is just a tool. It was never the source of survival or power. True value lies in skills, knowledge, relationships, and the resources you can use or protect. The world without money is harsh, chaotic, and revealing. It shows who adapts, who leads, and who survives. It strips away illusions and exposes the essentials. Retention phrase. Watch till the end to discover how one simple skill can make you richer than anyone, even without money. Viewer engagement. How would you survive without money? Share your ideas in the comments.